Sometimes Warzone 2, Modern Warfare 2, DMZ, and actually any Call of Duty and mode for that matter, can make you feel pretty down and frustrated when you're on a bad run and being clattered. Chances are that skill-based matchmaking, or SBMM for short, is playing a role in this. Skill-based matchmaking works by aligning the players in the lobbies and games you play in with your own skill level. This appears to be based on kill-to-death ratio and score per minute. In theory, this isn't a terrible idea. It protects newer players or just the extreme ends of the player base, ultimately giving them a better game experience and keeps them playing. Unfortunately, in practice, it feels super strict, and you can have a good game or two and then be thrown into the lions with some pros. Really, the middle level of average players should be left to play on connection-based matchmaking, ensuring the best game experience that way. Then if you do get beat quite a bit, you can work on improving maybe, or eventually you drop to a lower threshold of opponents. Anyway, that's just me, and for now, we're stuck with the current iteration of SBMM, and I'm going to share with you the best ways to get around skill-based matchmaking and get easier lobbies, or bot lobbies dare I say, on Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2, and these will work on any platform. First up, we have reverse boosting. This is the most obvious way of getting easier lobbies, but it is tedious and time-consuming. It simply involves loading into about 4 or 5 games straight, intentionally doing terrible and getting a terrible KD and score. Then this is enough for skill-based matchmaking to give you much easier games, because it thinks you're basically in the blender and will probably just delete the game soon if it continues. I've actually ran into players doing this many times, and some have actually said they're doing it so when they play with their bot friends later, they have a better time. This is just insane, but kind of nice reasoning. Let me know what you think of that down in the comments, by the way. Speaking of playing with bot friends, that's actually a surefire way to get easier lobbies. For yourself, anyway. If your squad are just worse than you statistically, by loading into games with them, you're gonna get easier games yourself. Maybe not to the level of the games that the bot friends would be getting on their own, but more of an average or a middle point between the two. If you play with a full squad of people with worse stats, then obviously it's going to skew even more towards the rest of where your team are at. This isn't an option for everyone, but it does work. Next up on the list is to play at times when the player base is lower, for example in the morning. This definitely alters how matchmaking works, but will only lower the skill level of lobbies if you're an above average player. This is because of how it works, where there are just fewer players available to match up with, so the game can't be really strict on the skill level of those lobbies. It just needs to put a game together fairly quickly and on a fairly good connection, so the skill levels are more randomized and just averaged out a lot more. This is the exact same logic that goes into the next technique to get easier lobbies, and that's using VPNs. These work by telling Call of Duty you're in another country with a lower player count. So when you go to match with someone, you can match with people of all skill levels. Again, this only works if you are an above average player. If you're an average player, lobbies may feel the same. Now we move on to the easiest technique of all, and that's to simply change your party search setting to casual on Modern Warfare 2 or Warzone 2. This is the setting for essentially what kind of player you are, and the default is competitive. Putting this on casual, well, gives you casual games. I hear this does work, and when I tried it, I really did get players at a lower level than normal, certainly in their rank. It's possible that this one setting really does help, but I've heard a few people mention this, and it's possible now that lots of sweaty players are now putting this setting on, so are just matching against each other. Either way, I think it's worth trying this out, since it takes no effort and does appear to have an effect. To really get easier lobbies, using a combination of all the methods I've shared in this video will give you the best chance. But remember that a statistically average player on the game has about a KD of 0.8 to 0.9-ish. So if you get a lobby of that or below, you've actually done pretty well. And if you are below that average, so say around 0.6 or 0.5, you can't really expect to get whole lobbies of players with worse stats than that. Certainly not consistently. I hope this video has helped you out. Now if you want to know how to rank up weapons as fast as possible in Warzone 2, or want to see what the best free skins are, check out these videos.